All right, make sure it's recording. I'm gonna jump right over to Lotto odds, and I'm gonna go back over to pick 3-4. Got a few things going on here I want to show. Um, so first of all, looking at the history page, okay, you can hit this right here to get rid of this stuff if you want to. Gives you a little bit more room. All right, so looking at the history page, the first thing I do is click lowest main digit, put these in lowest to highest box form, and it will do all of them for you. And okay, so there we go. So now, okay, so you can track everything on here pretty much, right? I think later he's going to add high, low, and even odd up here, which will be nice to track just like the basic high, low, even odd. This is for the pair sums. So first of all, I want to say, I have like different groups of numbers that I'm tracking and that I'm trying to like put together. And um, this is useful here. So I'm going to show you this. So, okay, so go over to sums here and see what I was going to do is I was just going to track a couple, like get rid of, just track like, 1, 2 sums, 1, 2 and 2, 1 or something like that. But what I'm going to do is do something different here. I'm going to get rid of all the sums. Give that a second. That's a lot of information to get rid of. Unless it's not working. I'm trying to get rid of. There we go. Okay. I think I hit it again, so I might put them back all on now. But I'm going to track just 10 and 11. And it did, didn't it? No, it didn't. All right. 12, 13, 14, and 15. And you can track whatever you want. Just giving you an example here. I'm tracking 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. And then I'm going to track pair sums 9. Come on here. Okay. All right, pair sum 9. And then you can track, both of these if you want to, the 1, 2, and the 2, 1. But we're going to track just the 2, 1 for this example. It's like you can really put together, anything from, I wouldn't do anything under like, I'd like to say 20, but 15, 20. Okay, 2, 1. And now we're going to track that, right? So even just, okay, before I do anything else, just look at this though. Look at 325, 316. So it's a one draw state. California, 326. Colorado, 326. 324. 325. 314. That'd be one to look at, right? Florida, 309. That's definitely one to look at. Georgia, look at that. Look how often it hits, right? And so on. You look for those ones that are. Here you go. That's Michigan, right? 312. There you go. That'd be a good one. And you know what else? There's a good thing going on for Michigan. Not only sums 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, along with what I just did on here, pair sums 9 and 2, 1, which is due, but also my VTrack clusters is very due right now. And I'll show you what that is right here. Michigan. Oh, 24. That's a long time. So that's typically about where you see the max is coming up here. So that's when all three of these are used. So you'll see just like this, blue, green, red. And that just means that one of each of these was used. Okay. So I would get ready for ABC in some form here. It's coming. So, and that's only 24 numbers to start you off with. So that is definitely going to be dropping soon here. That's a good thing to focus on. Let's see. And also, look at that. Last time that 2-1 hit has been nothing but yellow, which means that it's all been odd, odd, or even, even. So definitely, oh my gosh, definitely an even odd is due because I don't think you can get an odd even in what I have it set for right now. Yeah, see. So, but this hits very, very often, right? And this is look at Florida. Florida's going to be getting a hit from that. So this is just another pool to fish from. And look at this here. So it doesn't matter what I have it on right now because I'm not trying to break anything down. I'm just show you by example here. So I'm not doing the quick pick right now. I'm just doing 220. It doesn't matter about the state. I'm just going to go down here and set up like that. So get rid of all the sums and I'm just going to do 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we're going to go over to see, you couldn't just come in 1, 2 sums and just kind of track a couple of these, but I think it's better to kind of make it your own because, some of these have like high sums that just don't hit as often. So it's better off taking the best out of all this, and I mean, it's better. You can obviously take 9 and 16 and 17. They hit a lot too, but I'm just tracking this 10 through 15. And then, like I said, I'm going to go to 64 pair sum and I'm going to track just the 9 and that brings you to 36, which you could track that as well. See, there's only different groups you can track, and if you do the top ones here, the 1, 2, and 2, 1, it gives you 32. If you track just the 2, 1, you got 19. If you track just the 1, 2, you have 13. All right, and there's some nice, good quality numbers in there, but then there's some. This one here feel like it's a little bit better. So, okay, so we're at 19 numbers. Well, here's the interesting thing. Okay, so I took these 19 numbers and I brought them over to the Pro Checker, and I dropped them in here. And hopefully, I put them in there correctly. I think I did. And what we have is, check this out, in 30 draws with all states. Okay, the only one that hasn't hit is Florida and Ohio is just added. It was just Florida. So in 30 draws, these are the only states that haven't dipped into that little batch of numbers. So I would expect Florida and Ohio to be dropping in there. But, like I said, when you look at this page, you're going to notice some of these other ones that are getting really close to that as well. Even like, well, I don't know. There's a couple of them in here that seem to be getting close to that. Now I got these all kind of messed up on there, but so this is cool though. So you can really, put together, a package of sums that hit the most often. You can put together, maybe you want to do pair sums 8 and 9, or you want to do whatever you want to do, like low high hits very often. So maybe just track the low high, create different different groups. So that way, when one of these groups is out, however you decide to track them, and I'm not tracking them, but however you decide which numbers are good ones. So you can have like maybe have a handful of them, have like 5 to 10 different groups of, 15 to 20, 30 numbers or so that hit very often. And then you can track them and be like, all right, group, whatever, however you want to call it, hasn't hit and is ready. You know what I mean? It's ready in such and such state because I put it in the Pro Checker and I'm able to tell that it's ready to hit. So if I go down to 25 draws for all states, you're gonna see. I just screwed up there. I went to this. What did I just do? Let me go hit back. There we go. I don't know what I did. 13 draws. What was 13 draws give you? So these are the ones left for 13. That's not that bad, really. That's pretty. For in only 13 draws, you have that's it. That hasn't dipped into that. So that's a good batch right there. Let's see 11. And I'm going to go up to 16. So we'll do 8 days. Look at that. So I'd look out for one of these states, right? I know it's a small batch of numbers, but I mean, you can make it however you want, right? Anyway, so that's why I wanted to show about different batches of numbers you can create using the history page. And it's pretty freaking awesome. So let me just refresh this. And I'm going to, if you hit reset, I don't know if it gives you, it seems to give you a full reset. I just go ahead and refresh the page. So I'm just going to put this all back on. So if you're shopping on here for state to play online, you can do what I showed you, different things like that. But also, if you just want to do like with this new stuff, if you go to the forum, you got to check out in the tutorial page in the forum. He's got some really good stuff right now on how to track, separating them like the first and second digits and which ones hit the most often. He's got some really good stuff on that. Like for instance, on this one here, as an example, you can see that the first digit right here in the 8-pair sum, 1 is the most due, right? And the high probability that 1 1 1 2 1 3 hits in any draw now, with 1 1 and 1 2 having the highest probability. Therefore, 10 1 1 and 9 1 2 are in play. And the reason why is because when 10 and 9 hit, very often, on that first digit, very often it's a 10 or a 9, right? I mean, yes, but these hit the most. So that's what you should be looking for. You can really isolate it. And like you said, you can actually get this sucker down to playing just a couple patterns, 2 patterns out of 15, maybe a little bit more maybe, but this would be a good page to come on here and do a little research. So check that out. Didn't mean to screenshot that. So, and also when you're shopping on here, like I said, come on here and, like 9 hits very often. So let's do 9. And I just clicked on 9. So let me wait on that. Takes a little bit on here on this page because there's a lot of information. Come on. And you just seen me not hit that again, so I don't know why that came back on there. Wow. There we go. Make sure. Okay. We're tracking 9. So now I'll just go ahead and pick one. Let's track the 2 1 again. And I'm going to show a couple things on pick 3 4 as well. We're tracking the 2 1. So here we go. We are tracking only pair sum 9 and 8 pair sum 2 1. That's it. We haven't did sums or anything like that. Just tracking that. And you can see what's been going on here. So we got 325, 316, 326. First thing I look for is that date, and see how often it hits, right? I mean, look at this. So this is one I've been looking at here. I've been looking at that Delaware. And the reason why I was looking at that is, and you can see here also that low high hits the most. So you could get rid of the high low or the high if you wanted to. Here you go, Florida. You're really gonna be getting that 921 here coming up. And to top it off, whatever sum I had earlier, I think that was one that was due. But there's a reason why I was tracking Delaware. I don't remember why. 664. I really like 046 tomorrow boxed. Or my not least favorite, but the lesser of those would be 678 and 569. But I really like 046 tomorrow. And I broke it down earlier, and that was my favorite one. And it's not just, honestly, I didn't even know that it looked like this when I was doing it. So it just looks like one of those things, where that zero jumps up and splits that 4 and 0. So, or adds into there. So I would definitely play that. But I know I had more information on that. I know 6 is due as well here. It's only midday though, but it is still due. And then also looking at, the pair sums that are on here now too. Peyton put it on here, so pretty sweet. I have a page for it right here. You can open, you can look at if I could find it. I think I moved it over here. Right there. So now you can look at 200 draw pair sum tracking, and you can see, oh yeah, okay, Delaware. 10 is due. 10 is out 16, right? And this is another reason. This is a good example as to why I'm not probably ever going to be tracking 11 or 12 or 6. Because looking on here, you're going to look at 6 out 95. How can you ever predict 6? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's out 16. Yeah, it's been out 95 freaking draws. I've seen it out 160 on one of them. So I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's kind of like untrackable and kind of similar to like 12 and 11. They're pretty much the same thing. I'm just not tracking them. 70. I just don't care if it hits. Great for you if you can track that and narrow that down, but I'm not going to do that. Not considering if you jump through here and you see stuff like 100 and some draws. I mean, dude, that's like, I know it's because there's like hardly any numbers in those. So you're better off playing 8, 9, and 10, tracking those like crazy. And then obviously 7. 7 is definitely drops in there a lot. So that's definitely one to watch for. In my opinion, I ain't tracking 6, 11, 12 at all. I don't care. I don't care at all. So I guess I'm kind of passionate about that. Anyway, so, and I'm tired. So, but 10 is due. Out 16 in the combined. So I think that'll be coming up here pretty soon. Now, I already did do the breakdown, and I couldn't really find that much when it comes to like patterns for it. But what I told you there, 046 is my favorite, and 569 and 678. So if you want to check those out, go for it. And then I was going to say, there's a couple other things here. So this is really cool. You can track this now, and you can also track it in the US Games Due Filter Report. This is very useful. We're at 3% right now. Let's go to 1%. So as you look at 1%, here you go. Now it is just the evening alone. So you got to take that, try to find them when they're combined. Let's see, is 11. I don't care. Okay, New Jersey, we are at 8. Okay, for the evening. So if you go look at, I don't know. I'm just saying if I want to go peek on there first and see, but let's just look on here and see. I gotta move it somewhere else because I'm gonna keep freaking losing it. So New Jersey evening. 8 is out. 21. There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one. Even though it's evening, I don't care. It's still a good one. I feel like that's still a good one. I'd prefer it to be in the combined, but back away from my mic. Now it's freaking crazy low in my head. Just back away, 2 inches and freaking mic screaming at me. That's a good one. So I think as an example, quick here, let's look at that. Man, it's already 19 minutes. All right, let's look at that. Let's go to New Jersey. And let's look at, well, I know it's evening alone, so I can't really look at it right now, I guess, because the midday hasn't come up yet, which gives you a lot of information. So maybe tomorrow you'd want to look at New Jersey evening alone. Because I really don't look at this stuff unless I can look at both midday and evening together. So for tomorrow evening, you could look at it now, just at least the evening part. That's why I like doing a combined one. So in fact, I'm not going to look at it. If you want to look at it tomorrow, I'd look for that evening though after. So let's look at the dew report here and see if we can find a combined state. California 10. There you go. California 10. California 10. All right. I'll bite. Let's look at that one. Let's see how long it's been out. I'm going to say something about Florida, too. I had an idea I want to say about Florida. I already talked about Michigan. There's something about Florida. Anyway, so okay, 10. There you go. Out 15 draws. That 10 though that 10 can go out for a little bit though. But I mean, it's out 15. Let's see how long it's been out for. It's a good one to start playing, I think. Out 15 draws. So, as a example, let's go over to that. Look at California. And of course, before I do that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at and I'm going to look at something else here. Keys. Not that one. I gotta organize some stuff, man. Nothing for California here. So let's just drop it in here. There's something I want to say about Florida, but I just don't remember. I think it was just what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it was. It was the this one of these is gonna hit in Florida here coming up. So I'm gonna put together a really good sets of numbers here that's gonna focus on certain sums. Because I don't like tracking one sum because I think it's a pain, because I just been burned on that too much. But I think tracking, that sweet spot of sums is the ideal thing to do because they hit the most. So, all right, we are at 220. Let's just do this as an example, and I'll shut her down. We're looking at 10, so let's go here and look at this. We've had a lot of misses there, so that just hit there as a straight win there, right? Is it straight or does that mean straight or front? I can't remember. 248. This is in box form. So it jumped up there. Okay. I think that there's a good chance, just looking at that the quick pick will be used tomorrow. So now we're down to 171. Didn't take off too many, but that's okay. We're going to be looking at the 10 only for California. So I'm going to go down 64 pair sum and get rid of everything except for the 10. And I don't know what I want to remove yet for that, so I shouldn't do that. So we're down to 39. And we're going to look at this and determine that. So 1, 2, looking at that first digit. Let's look at the daytime alone ones. Is there 2 draws or 3 draws? I think there's 2 draws, isn't there? Oh, crap. Is there more than that? Okay, there's only 2 draws, I think. So in the daytime alone, 2, 1, it's not really showing me nothing. So looking at it like David would right now, I would say the first thing you want to do is write down the 248 for your level 1, the 267, and the 019. Okay, and make those pairs out of that. That'll be your level 1. Okay, so you're gonna have 0, comma 2, 2, comma. Oops, forgot the 1, comma 4, comma 7, comma. Damn, I forgot the 6, and comma 9. What the freaking crap? And comma 8. All right. There's like pretty much every number. So there's a super high chance tomorrow that the FSB is going to come from this because it's pretty much got all of them. Just like tic tac toe. It's like, man, it's hitting every day. Yeah, because you got 9 out of 10 numbers in there, man. So I think there's a great chance for the. I mean, look at 0, 1, 2. All you're missing is 3, 5. But then again, that maybe that'll be the number tomorrow, a 3 or a 5, right? Because I used to do that. I used to take the latest 2 or 3 and see which ones are missing. And that's actually still a very good thing to do. But at the same time, it could be FSB. There's just a million things you can follow. And that's one of my problems is I get caught up on trying to follow everything. So, but that is your first thing you should do is make those pairs, okay? And now I'm going to look at the 10 here. So I'm going to isolate that 10 and see what it's showing me. It's so freaking slow. All right, and I'm gonna do so we get 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Let's just look at which one it might be. Let's do 1, 1. I'm gonna do the most likely ones. No FSB on that. So we're gonna do 2, 3. Get rid of the 1, 1. Nothing. Oops, I didn't mean to have that one on there. 3, 2. No FSB on that either. So I don't know what that's going to be. If I can't figure that out, then I'm just going to leave that for now. I'll just say that I think a 10 is coming to California. I will look at the keys. Let's see what keys are due, and let's see what the time is right now. Oh, I'm going to run out of time already. So let's look at the keys for California quick, and then let's leave it at that. So we got 3 and 5. Doesn't show me nothing. Midday alone 6. Okay, 6 is due. You could put your eggs in that basket if you wanted to, and then let's look at the SP pairs. And here you go, 10. There you go, 10. That's a good one. Oh, this is a pair sums. Duh. We already know that's due. Let's go to the SP pairs. 15. Oh, 26. Wow. I'd start focusing on that. That sucker can go out for a while, though. That sucker can go out. You look at the 1 to 10% report. That you'll see that one a lot. That 15 is coming back. So if you wanted to focus in on that 15, that's one of these right here. But these two here can stay out a little bit. But let's look at this quick. It might shut off. Sorry if it does. Let's look at California, see what's going on. Not really showing me much. Sorry. So jump back over here. If you think it's going to be, if you're going to focus on that key 6, go to singles and doubles and triples. And just click 6. Now you're down to 8 box numbers. 10 one is, well, it could be that one too. So maybe one of those tomorrow for California. That's one way of doing it. But running out of time. So have a good day. Bye.